up YouTube and welcome to this Doctor Who video review. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do drop that like, please do click that subscribe as well. That would be super appreciated there. Now, Doctor Who. I am not a fan of the Victorian era episodes. Personally, I've never found them that good. It is purely a personal thing. I prefer Doctor Who when he's going to the future. I don't really like the past episodes because I find the future and the off-world episodes a lot more exciting. Now, the personal stuff out of the way, you can get the flaming, get to the comments, whatever. But for me, I just don't enjoy them as much as the other episodes. Now, this episode the writing is incredibly on the nose. Now, on Twitter, I noticed on the hashtag, a lot of people were absolutely loving this thinly veiled Brexit episode. Now, I am all for political commentary. I don't mind it one bit because, well, the entire show was set up to teach children about history in an interesting way. However, we live in a very divisive time here in Britain with Brexit, the Tories, and sadly, the whole thing that was happening on the ice, the thing with the Lord Sutcliffe, it was just so on the nose that it was like, he's bad, he's rich, he's evil, these people are marginalised, and the Doctor is here to kind of get that better balance. Now, sadly, it could be done in a more nuanced way, but here it was just completely obvious, completely out there. Maybe that is a good thing for the show. Maybe it isn't right that it is so nuanced and not obvious, because that is a lot of the criticism with the Moffat era. It's overly complicated, it's self-flatulating, it's just completely an absolute mess. However, this episode to me felt a lot more like the Russell T Davies era. It felt a lot more like the simple, hope, optimistic episodes. And that is just like we've had with the show so far. The whole show, the whole premise feels a lot more like the Russell T Davies era, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. I obviously loved that era because, well, I wouldn't have started watching or continued watching the show if I didn't like his storytelling. So maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's down to my personal preference. Maybe I've grown up a bit too much, or maybe I'm thinking about the show just a bit too much, perhaps. I'm not too sure on that one. But for me, I was sat there groaning like, oh, here we go, another political commentary episode, which is so completely obvious. It's black and white. Maybe that was why I didn't like it. The fact that it was so incredibly black and white then. But black and white was a big thing, and I loved the Doctor. I thought it was some good acting there. I thought it was when Bill was shouted at by the Lord, and then the Doctor just hit him, which in my opinion was a bit out of character for the Doctor, but we've got the whole Richard Spencer thing in America, punching Nazis, whatever, so I'm guessing that they want to go down that route, that socio-commentary route, which I'm not going to criticise them for, because I think that politics shouldn't be shied away from. But sadly, in my opinion, the writing here was just a bit too much. And to be honest, I'm a bit bored of going to the past and then there simply being something under the ice like it was here, or something that is stalking. I mean, it reminds me of that episode last season. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but we had the one where the Raven was around killing people, and I don't really like those. I liked last episode, the episode just gone, Smile, where it went to the future and we deal with future problems and the expansion of the human race, which is what I find incredibly exciting about the previous episodes where they've gone to the future and seen where the human race is going. Now, next week is looking interesting. It's looking like a very interesting kind of Hammer horror, or either the old school British horrors of old there. with the weird house. We've got Poirot there as well, guest starring in that episode. So I mean, I'm interested to see where that is going to go. Now, what I'm curious about here as well is Nardole. So Nardole is super pissed, and it seems to me there is a reason why the Doctor is not going too far away from Earth or too far away from the current timeline that his office in the university is set in. And we know that the Master is coming back in some way, shape or form, and for the last 2 episodes we have actually wondered what is behind that door under the university. Now, I'm kind of thinking that it could be the Master, because when Nardole at the end of this episode said, "I'm not letting you out. As long as I live, I'm not letting you out." Which, what I think it is a person and not a machine, not anything else. And I really do think it could be the Master. So let me know what you think in the comments, what you think of behind that door. So please do click that like, please do click that subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.